Hi, I'm Jasmine Eichinger. I am the president of the Mount Pleasant Rotary Club, and I am reading you a Rotary book today. It's called Becky and Lynn's Apple Orchard Park. And the goal of this book is to teach you a little bit about service above self and the four-way test that the Rotary Club tries to live by. And for us, that means that instead of just working on work, we try and work on making our communities better. Rotary is a club that has local clubs in different cities in the United States and all over the world, and we help with projects in our own cities and across the world. So let's see what Becky and Lynn have to tell us about, and watch for the other Rotary book video as well. It was another beautiful morning in the big city as Becky pulled up to Lynn's market. "Have you got my order?" shouted Lynn, standing in the doorway. There's Becky and Lynn. "Sure do," Becky replied as she proceeded to unload Lynn's apple dumplings. "Great, those things have been flying off the shelves," Lynn proclaimed. "Well, Andy and Elmer will be happy to hear that," Becky said with a smile. Becky followed Lynn inside and helped her stock the shelves. "Say, Lynn, where's Lee?" Becky answered as she looked around. "I brought you both some of my apple cinnamon pinwheel cookies. I know how much he likes them." "Oh, he's playing in the lot next door," she said. We'll have to see who Lee is. After they finished stocking the shelves, Becky and Lynn walked over to the lot and found Lee coated in dirt. "Oh my gosh," laughed Becky. "Lee," exclaimed his mom, "what have you been doing?" "Just playing," he replied. "Come on, let's get you cleaned up." Becky brought some of her cookies. "Let's have one." Having somebody visit with cookies is always good. So is playing and getting dirty. The three of them sat out front of the store and enjoyed a cookie and a glass of milk. "That lot sure has been empty for a long time," began Becky. "I'm surprised nobody's done something with it." "You know, I've always thought it would make a nice little park," stated Lynn. "This neighborhood sure could use it. Some trees, some grass, a playground for the kids." It's not looking real beautiful there, is it? "That's a wonderful idea," said Becky. "Why don't you buy it and turn it into one?" "Oh, I can't afford it," Lynn replied. What if I helped? We could be partners," Becky proclaimed. "Are you sure?" asked Lynn. "It would be a lot of work." "Absolutely," she replied. "I've been so fortunate, and working with Andy and Elmer, it would feel really good to give something back, you know? Something that might benefit other people." "Then let's do it," agreed Lynn, and they both shook on it. Lee shook too. Look at them all shaking hands over those cookies. The next day, Becky and Lynn looked into purchasing the lot, but they found out that it was still a bit more than they could afford. So Becky made a call. "That sounds like an awesome project," stated Andy. "Yes, we'd be happy to chip in," agreed Elmer. "And anything else we can do too." There they are talking to Andy and Elmer. Remember that other book to see what they're in. So with Andy and Elmer's help, Becky and Lynn purchased the lot and began on the park. They started by cleaning it up. They carried out old boxes and crates and stuff that just got dumped there over the years. It took some time, but it soon started to shape up, and when word got out about what they were doing, others in the community offered to help. Look at all that hard work they're doing here. Raoul, the architect who lived above Lynn's market, helped them with a design for the layout in the park. Sophie offered her services as a bricklayer, creating the walls and walkways throughout the park. She got help from several teenagers in the neighborhood, and in return, she taught them her trade. A nursery from one of the suburbs donated grass seed, flowers, and bushes. Lee and some friends went door to door asking for donations for park benches. a swing set, and a merry-go-round. Everybody was happy to help. And there was another surprise. "What's all this?" asked Lynn as Andy and Elmer pulled up. Elmer dropped the tailgate on the back of the truck. "We thought you could use some apple trees," stated Elmer. "Oh my gosh, this is wonderful!" exclaimed Becky. "Yes, thank you so much." Lynn was overwhelmed. Becky and Lynn planted the trees, and Andy, Elmer, and Lee helped. "There are so many. It's like a little orchard," exclaimed Lynn. "Say, that gives me an idea," said Becky. So Becky and Lynn named it Apple Orchard Park. It became a place for the entire community. There were trees and grasses and playgrounds for the kids. Look at that, it says Apple Orchard Park. That looks a lot better than that a lot. Everyone who participated in creating the park felt good about the accomplishment, and that made them feel good about each other and themselves. It's funny how when you set out to do something for someone else, it always seems to benefit you too. So isn't that cool? Service above self. They decided to do that for themselves, but mostly for the community. So thanks so much for reading with me, guys, and happy March Reading Month.